those of you that don't know who I am, which I think there's a few of you actually, hi Krista, my name's Carly Bartle and I'm a star director here in Perth. So I'm jumping on today to talk to you about how to convert your customers into teamies. So a little bit about me. I joined in August 2015 and I was probably about 6 months into it before I started to take it seriously as a business, like saw the potential in it. But since that sort of 6 month mark, I've pretty much consistently recruited, well I have consistently recruited in quite big numbers, pretty much month in, month out, apart from a little blip, which I'll tell you about later on. And I've built a very big front line, I've built wide, and I've got a global team. So I'm really, really fortunate. And I've done that through using Facebook and through getting out there and meeting people and making them my customers. So I've used Facebook, like buy and sell pages and stuff. They absolutely work. I still use them now. But for me personally, the buy and sell pages are more a place to connect with someone and build a relationship with them. So they're not, most of the time, although you get the odd person, they don't sign up straight away. It's, which you guys probably know this already, you're all like stars and above. You build that relationship, don't you? They become your customers, they become your friends, and then hopefully eventually they become your teamies. So that's how I've done it, apart from having family as well that have joined. Anna's on the call, she's my director. So that's been an awesome bonus as well. Okay, so by the end of this, I hope you feel confident in approaching your customers. That's my aim. It's also my aim to get you to take off your prejudgment glasses and be comfortable in offering the opportunity to everybody. So that's what I hope, please God, that I give you from this call. I do tend to squirrel, ramble and go off on a tangent. So, but I'll try. That's why I've made notes today, because I'm a bit tired. So I'm very likely to start preaching to you. So I'll try and keep it to the matter in hand. Okay, so how I see it, before I sort of talk about how I do it, how I see Scentsy is, and recruiting, is like a golden ticket. It's a massive opportunity for you. And I would say to you, recruiting isn't hard. It isn't hard. Recruiting is exciting. It's life-changing. It's a buzz, recruiting. It's not hard. If you're thinking that it's hard, then that's what we need to work on. That's what we need to work on, that mindset. Because what you're doing is you're offering an opportunity to somebody. That's all you're doing. You're not telling them how to, what they do with that kit afterwards is down to them, with a little bit of guidance from you. But all you're doing is offering an opportunity. That's your job. You should be 100% committed to offering that opportunity to people. And it's 100% their responsibility what they do with it. So for me, how I look at it is you're offering this opportunity to somebody to make their home smell nice and or possibly change their life. Neither one of those options is crappy. They're both pretty good options. So why would you be frightened or let something stand in your way to offer that opportunity to somebody? So I get it, you will have people that join and they disappear and they never do anything, or you'll get people that join and tell you that they're going to be superstar directors and they never do anything. But you'll also get those people that become your best friend. You'll also get those people that understand you completely and get you because they've been attracted to you and the way that you've spoken to them. And that enriches your life. And that's what makes it a golden ticket, because of the empowerment that it gives you. So before I sort of go into what I do with regards to my customers, I wanted to just give you some figures, if that's okay, just so that you guys know that when you have those down months and you're maybe not recruiting like you should, and there's obstacles that you think are in your way, when it seems like the mountain is huge that you've got to climb, I want to give you some of my figures between us. Because having a couple of big recruiting months can completely change your business, like super change it, like change it forever. And that's pretty much what happened to me. So like I said, I've always consistently recruited, but there was a couple of months in 2016 where I recruited 10 one month and 11 the next month, and my whole like world changed. So figures wise, I hit superstar consultant in April 2016. I didn't hit my superstar consultant figures again until I hit director in September. So when you're struggling to hit your figures, don't despair. I never hit my title again after hitting it, and I'm not doing too badly now. So there's always hope, and the whole thing of never giving up. So my TWV in July was 5,339. Okay. I recruited 11 people in August. Then my TWV jumped up to 8,928. Then in September, I recruited another 10, and it went to 10,406. So in 2 months, I doubled my TWV by having a complete and utter recruiting frenzy. And it changed the face of my business forever. That like suddenly went from having a relatively small team to having a big team to deal with, which obviously comes with other bits and pieces to deal with as well. But it can absolutely be done. And I just wanted to give you those figures. But what I want you to do today is I want you to flip a switch and understand with regards to bringing your customers on board that every single thing you do has an impact on team building. So every sample you give out, every PRV you put through, every warmer you sell, every party you host, everything, every Facebook post you put has an impact on your team building. It should all be going towards team building. Every single customer that you deal with is a potential teammate. So this is basically how I look at it. I pretty much do 2,000 PRV every single month. And I do that not because, well, it's nice to have the 30% commission for sure. It really is. But it's because I know that bringing on board a Scentsy lover, a Scentsy addict, they make the very best consultants. So for me, that 2,000 PRV has to happen every month so that I get new people on board. Have a sip of my coffee, 1 second. So, out of that 2,000 PRV, I would say probably 500, 600 PRV is in follow-up with the customer base that I already have. Hi, Jess. With the customer base I already have. The rest of it comes from new blood, basket parties, home parties, markets, all that sort of thing. I need to make sure that I am feeding my customer base every single month, because my aim is to bring those people on board because they love the product already. So if you're doing 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 PRV and you're doing it all with existing customers, it might be great for your paycheck right now, but for future, that's no good. These people are buying the stuff. These are your captive audience. They already love the stuff already. These are the people that you need to get on board. So I'm not saying don't sell 5,000 PRV to your existing customers, but make sure you're recruiting some of them as well. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. So I make sure that I have at least 10 conversations every single week about the opportunity, about sharing the opportunity with people. And that's new conversations. That's not can you send me an info pack? Oh yeah, I can send you an info pack. I'll speak to you tomorrow, and then you never hear from them again. That's not a conversation. I mean, backwards and forwards conversation with people. And I'll be completely honest with you. Just so you know, it's not always uphill. It's not always, you're not always high flying. Sometimes you do have times where you take your eye off the ball. So I was doing this. I was consistently working my business. I was asking people. I was having those 10 conversations every single week without fail, making sure I made it happen. 2,000 PRV, getting the recruits in. And it was just happening, like naturally. Not easy, but it was just happening. And then it came to sort of November last year, and I thought, I don't really need to try this anymore because it's just happening. Right, so I stopped. And I would say November and December, I stopped having those conversations. It was pretty arrogant to think that people was just going to join my team without having any conversation with them. But nevertheless, that was how I felt, and my mind wandered off in a different direction. And December, January, nothing, no recruits. And I know Scott will back me up. That's pretty rare. That's never happened before, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I was like, oh my god, I've lost it. I've lost my like recruiting mojo, and I've lost the. It was maybe I was just lucky. You know what I mean? Maybe it was just I was just riding this thing, and I was just really lucky. And then just before, it was actually January the 4th. I don't know why I remember the date. I realised that it wasn't lucky. It wasn't me losing my recruiting magic. I just stopped doing it. I just stopped talking to people. And there's nothing worse than you can do than stop, because it's never ending. You're never going to have enough people in your team. You're never going to have enough customers in your customer base. You're always going to have to keep it on, replenishing them and having those conversations. As long as you have those conversations every single week, you cannot fail. I promise you that. I promise you that. So, what else do I do? I ask. But it's not just about asking, it's about planting the seed. So what I do, I have these people in my customer group, and sometimes they're my friends on my Facebook page, but I listen, watch, and I learn about them. So what I will do is I will have in your newsfeed, I don't know if you know this, you can actually specify a feed. So I think it's called Friends Feed. So you can go into your Friends Feed and you can separate people into like specific categories. So I don't know about you, I look at my newsfeed in the morning and it is all Scentsy consultants, and I like love you all to death, but you are not going to buy any Scentsy from me, and you're not going to join my team because you're either on it or you're on someone else's. So I'll talk to you in my downtime, but when I'm working and like my head's in it, I want to be interacting with my customers. So I have a specific feed for my customers. So I make sure I go in every single day and communicate with them. And it's not like, it's just interaction. Do you know what I mean? Likes, loves, comments, maybe a message. I like to sing people happy birthday on their birthday in a private audio message, which I can't sing, so that's always a laugh. And just make sure that I'm on their mind. But what I'm also doing is I'm learning about them. So I'm seeing that Tracy's kids have just gone to school. And she's at home now. Or I'm seeing that Trevor's, these are not real people, I'm making these names up by the way, that Trevor has got a wedding to pay for. Like all these little things, I'm learning about them. So then what happens is, when it comes to me having the conversations, it's never, ever, ever about me. When you recruit someone, it should and bring them into your team, it should never be about you. It should always be about the opportunity and what it's going to bring to them and what's in it for them. Absolutely, every single time. So because I invest my time in them, and in turn they invest their time in me because they're in my VIP group and they're seeing what I'm doing, and they're seeing on my personal page what I'm doing, and they get to see me at my best and my worst when I've just got out of the shower and Sophie's having a tantrum. And because I will jump on at any point when I think, I've got something to say, so I'll jump on live on my VIP group, and inevitably Sophie has a meltdown. It's inevitable. Or she comes in and she's naked, or you know what I mean? It's just like life. But that means I'm real. So they invest in me and I invest in them. So when I come to have that conversation with them, it's not uncomfortable, and I can completely make it about them. So I can say to them, this is why I think it would be good for you. You know what I mean? So like I said, it should never ever be about you. The whole team building thing should never ever be about you. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying you want to earn your money and stuff, but you're there to help them, and there's nothing more rewarding in the world than helping people achieve what they want to achieve and helping people get to where they want to get, whatever that might be. As a hobbyist, as a superstar director, whatever that is, that's the aim. And that needs to be the mindset when you're bringing people on board, that you're doing it for them. This isn't a burden that you're laying on somebody. Like, you're not having to, don't beg anyone to be a Scentsy consultant. Being a Scentsy consultant is bloody fantastic. Do you know what I mean? It's not something that should be shirked or mocked. It's an amazing opportunity, and that's what you're giving them. So yeah, so what's in it for them, I think, is always really important. Another thing that I always say is take off your prejudgment glasses, because I think what people do is they judge. So they'll decide Harry's too busy, Martha, where did that come from? Martha's got 5 kids, she's just not got time, and oh, so-and-so's got loads of money, they're in a massive house, they don't want to do Scentsy, or this person's a doctor, like, they don't want to do direct sales. Like, that's, you've got no right to do that. You've got no right to judge somebody like that. You do not know what's going on behind closed doors in someone's house, and you don't know what they like and what they dislike. Although you're friends with them on Facebook, you might get a little bit of an idea, but you're not, it's not your place to judge somebody. So for me, that asking everybody is so important, because you never ever know what people are thinking. You never really know what somebody's thinking. And I personally think you put your judgments there as a security blanket to stop you asking the difficult questions. So it's like an excuse, like you're putting it in front of yourself so you don't have to deal with it. That's procrastination, you know what I mean? You're putting it off because you're scared to do it, and it's a fear thing that you're going to get rejected. But it doesn't matter, because they love Scentsy anyway, and like I said right at the beginning, you're either going to make their house smell nice, or you're going to give them this awesome opportunity that could change their life. Neither one of those things are horrible things to offer people. They're not. They're nice, aren't they? If you message someone, so when I message people, I will always give them, like I said, what's in it for them, and I will always give them a compliment, like, I don't know, I really think that this would be great for you because hi Sophie, I really think this would be great for you because you've got such a great friends and family base, and or like just like whatever it is you can think of that relates to them. Or you're really funny on Facebook, I think it would be great for you. Like, just different ideas, like, but always make it about them. So I always try to lift them up as well. So when you're asking them, you're giving them a compliment, you're giving them the chance to make their home smell nice. You're also telling them that they can, like, get money out of doing it. Hi Soph. What's bad about that? There's nothing bad about that. And they can say no. And you know what? They're not going to stop being your customer because you've asked them. So I use every platform with to get customers. I use parties, markets, Facebook. Like I said, I'm real. I'm never anything that I'm never anything that I'm not. Okay. And I'll tell you something. Like, you can flip parties, obviously, to get you to change. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. You can flip parties to get people on your team. I'm not a big flipper. Is that like the right word to say? I'm not a big flipper. I'm not a big flipper. And that's because home parties scare me. I'm not great at home parties. It's not my comfort zone, and it's something that I'm working on. I make myself do them. But I am much better off either in a really big crowd or one-to-one. You put me in front of a group of 6 or 7 and I'm like, oh, don't judge me, like panicky. So I'm not great at flipping parties. What I am good at doing is convincing the hostess to flip the party beforehand. I'm not very good at having the conversations on the night. I'm then very good at after the party, after that order, and following up and all that sort of thing, is convincing them that they want to join then when I've calmed down. So we all have like these fears and we all have these things. But like I said, I keep making sure that I do them, because I know home parties are like still one of the best places to meet people, get new customers and get new teamies. It's a perfect surrounding. You've got people sitting there listening to your every word, which that's the bit I don't like. So yeah, so you can obviously flip parties, but as I said, your customers are a captive audience. Anyone can go on a website and buy Scentsy, but they choose to buy Scentsy from you, and they choose to buy Scentsy from you for a reason. So they have a relationship with you already. So like half the work's done. You've already done the hard bit in meeting these new people. you're just offering them the icing on the cake. That's all you're doing. So there's nothing, like I said to you, it's not hard. There's nothing hard about recruiting. It's just a consistent thing that you have to do day in, day out, and make it part of your business. Everything stems back to bringing new people on board. So like I said, they choose you. And they choose you for a reason, because they're attracted to you. They know you, they like you, they trust you, they want to buy from you. So why on earth would they not want to be in your team? Because you're amazing. And they're already there supporting you. They're the best. Scentsy customers are the best consultants, without a doubt. So I'm going to give you 2 examples of me converting, is that the right word? Me bringing on board and sharing the opportunity, that's better, Carly, to 2 customers in 2 different situations, and how I did it. So the first one is, so they're both people that have actually come on board this month. So the first one was a lady who was she was a newbie on a Facebook party that I did in December. She bought a warmer, she bought a bar of wax. I like to send out samples to people that buy from me, so I sent her out a sample. She joined my VIP group. She was a little bit interactive, and obviously I followed up with her. So I use a follow-up system 133, so you follow up 113. You can tell I'm tired. So it's 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. So that's the follow-up system that I use. So I always contact them. So she'd heard from me a couple of times, and we'd sort of comment. I always comment on all my customers' posts and comment on the VIP group, because I want to start interacting with them. She was my friend on Facebook, and she bought 3 of the Bring Back My Mark bars, but that's it. So she bought 4 bars in all and a warmer, and I hadn't actually met her in person. It was on a Facebook party. So then the deal came in on the 1st of February. So I messaged everybody in my VIP group. And I messaged her, like I didn't copy and paste. I messaged everybody individually, especially the ones that I'd had contact with and like a bit of a rapport with. And I messaged her and said, like, morning, so-and-so. I don't know if this would be your bag, but I want to put something out into the universe. I've been thinking for a while that you'd be really good at this. You've got a great network of friends, which she proved from the Facebook party and stuff that she turned up to. They're buying Scentsy already, and I just wanted to let you know about these options that we've got for kits this month, and just see what you think. If it's not something for you, no worries at all. Have a great day. It was just like that, nothing more. And she came back and said, do you know what? I've been thinking about it for a while. Can you send me some more information? And then 2 days later, she joined up. And that was it. So 4 bars, a warmer, and really no contact apart from that message, and she joined. And that's because she's seeing the post, she's seeing what's going on. So it's like you've got to be a little bit everywhere, haven't you? You've got to like post on your VIP page, you've got to be mindful of your personal page, you've got to post on your business page, but what you're doing, then networking with your friends, then what you're doing is you're creating a story, and you're showing your life to these people as an open book, and saying this is what happens when you're a Scentsy consultant. And the people that are attracted to you and like you and trust you, because not everybody will buy from you and join you. So that was one lady. And then the other lady was, actually, she turned up for my, when I first joined, I didn't have any friends. And I invited all these strangers from a Mums and Bubs group on Facebook to my launch party. And she was one of the ladies that actually turned up. So she turned up, she never bought anything, but she turned into an amazing customer. She had parties. Her mum buys from me, her friends buy from me, her friends have had parties. Like, over the course of time, she's always interactive on my VIP group. She likes everything I post. And I must have had, in the 3 years nearly 3 years that I've known Kelly, I must have had dozens of conversations with her about joining. And it was just, she'd go, but it would never happen. And the last sort of year, I probably haven't had that many with her, because she just kept on going. And then I put a post on my personal page saying that the Mexico incentive had been launched, and she put one of those like, oh, faces. Shocked faces, yeah. And I tagged her in the comment and said, Kelly, I nearly said her name, please don't put a shocked face. Just join and come with me. Smiley face, laughing face, winky face. And 2 minutes later, she messaged me and said, can I have the information again? And then she joined, and she's awesome, and she's planned a launch party and is raring to go. So 2 completely different stories. Oh, let me just get rid of that, sorry. 2 completely different stories, but I suppose my point in telling you them is, one, never ever give up, because you never know. Like, she said to me that her kids are now at school, she's got a lot more time on her hands, hubby's fly in, fly out, so it's really hard for her to get a job. So just now was the right time. So never assume, never be afraid to ask. I suppose they're the big things that I would say to you. And ask everyone. Don't single out people. It is hard sometimes because it's scary, and it is certainly with some people as well. You're thinking, oh God, I can't ask them, but ask them. The worst they can say is no. Every single one of you has a recruiting superpower, and the recruiting superpower that you have is yourself, because people will warm to you. Like I said, it's not just Scentsy that they buy, it's you. So those people that are in your customer groups and your customers already are prime people to join your team, because they love you already.